Ah, there you are, Northheart. There you are, playing with the tiny little bitty bunnies who happen to be bouncing around outside of our town hall, are you? Well, it's about time I found one of you little whippersnappers, because I am beginning to get to the point where in my older days here, hobbling around as the elder of this village, perhaps it is getting a little difficult to tell where all of the itty bitties are running around. They all start looking the same to you after a while, at least if they forget to put on their fancy hats, that is. But hello everyone, and welcome back to the village of Are We There You, where we are not there yet, but we are getting there pretty quickly. And today, well, everybody has their jobs, including the bricklayers, the brick makers, who I found out they're the ones using up all of our stone, which makes a lot of sense because they are right next to the stonemason's hut and they basically just steal his stones and crush them into squares. That makes sense, but it also means that we are not able to go ahead and build anything else with the stone that we need until Rhonda completes her training and joins in with this stone gathering mishmash. And I don't think that there's actually anywhere that has like 2 stones against it that would give us a boost unless I cleared this out of the way. But that would make our thinker spot, our hermitage of thinkers, very upset if I did that. And we've had that section for so long, it feels like it's a landmark part of the village. Just like these bunnies, who apparently, some of our villagers think we should get rid of, well, get rid is a strong, strong statement, for some of our villagers have said that perhaps we need to keep things even more hopeful in the village, since we are going to have a debt to the domain of hope and fear, and he's probably going to collect on that at some point. So they have been suggesting a theater, indeed. And a theater gives you +5 if there's a social building within 2, and then for every home that is nearby, the theater gets an even bigger boost. And so right now, the best place we have for that is actually right here in front of Town Hall, where the rabbits happen to be. But, I mean, and then if we remove the sharing table and smack this one in here, then like, we're in business. Like, that's really good. That's really good. Unless like, okay, yeah, I think that these houses would be okay. Aw, man, this one needs that sharing table. But still, like 38 hope, like a move, like, or excuse me, a day? That is quite hopeful indeed. Gosh, but I just want to be a little cautious. Oh, see, because here's 32, and then we wouldn't have to get rid of the rabbits, and we have room for another house to be built right here. Well, I know what I'm going to be picking. Ta-da! We'll just have like the theater up here then. Oh, that's right, no available workers. Oh my gosh. All right, well, how about we go ahead and Crown Abyss, why don't you start working on building this theater? Because that does sound like a good winter's entertainment to go ahead and not let us think about the doom of the gloom coming up. And also, Violin Beetle, why don't you start working on a new abode, I should say, for you villagers, so that we have even more support over here for having a bit of fun. And I guess, let's see. Oh, how did my woodworkers station get out of bounds, or excuse me, get out of reach yet again? I honestly don't know how that happens. Oh my gosh, you think that it would be reachable, but apparently not. I don't know why, but we're gonna try to go ahead and fix that. One day we will have to, do I wanna, I don't know if I wanna cut that forest down. Well, we're gonna find out what's gonna happen when it comes to the forest in a little bit here. All right, and there we go. Everybody has their job, and honestly, there's just so much happening. At this point, I might as well just clean up after the messes that the pips make, rather than try to predict them. I mean, look at these silly piplings. Yay! Stonemason. Ooh, look at the food fly. Yay! And we do have a couple new babies. Ah, that's what I was going to say. I have at least been able to keep track of a few of these whippersnappers. And I would like to say a huge thank you to our patrons, Dino Dave, Dino Dave, North Heart, and Lauren for helping to support Chips and I and all the adventures that we make here on the Pixel Biology channel. Oh, without you guys, I'd be a lot more stressed. Yay! Theater! Theater! Okay, we're working on the theater, which is very exciting. Apparently we finished a smeltery over here. Also very exciting. Let's see. We need to keep these fields planted. We have promoted Hannah forever to one of the biology. Buy your cheese, buy more cheese class is what I'm thinking of calling it. And that's a little bit of a problem because it seems that we are now outpacing the amount of fancy food that can be created. Oh dear. So until we get the large kitchen researched, I'm afraid that Savannah is going to also have to go ahead and focus on making the softest of soft breads. Which reminds me, I do think that I was going to put in another mill right over here. So that might actually be something that we do, or excuse me, not mill, another bakery, because my mouth is watering just thinking of another bakery. See, that would give us 25 breads. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, that would be pretty good. Or we could try putting in another kitchen. Let's see what the kitchen would offer us. If we had the large kitchen, then that could give us 4 fancy foods a day. With the location that it is in. But there's room over here for that stuff, and then so the room next to like our actual mills. We are a bread-loving village. Trust me, I alone am enough to be able to go ahead and gather like all of the bread that any of our bakers could make. Also, we don't have enough stone still. Do I need to have the brick makers stop for a minute? Stop! Stop! You do. Now they just get to laze about. All right, fine. Pink Flamingo, you keep it up, but we'll allow the brick makers to take a little bit of a bric-a-brac break because otherwise we're never going to get enough stone to get ahead. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and let both of them take a break. That's a life lesson there. That's a life lesson there because they're simply too focused upon their own desires to notice that maybe we need those bricks for other activities today. And they want to make bricks. Need those bricks, or excuse me, needing the stones to go ahead and benefit the entire village? How dare we? Of course they wouldn't pay attention to that. That's not in their interest. There we go. Yeah, this is gonna be like the metal and stone river now. I hope I didn't like upset any poor beavers. All right. Meanwhile, let us continue expanding the pier because apparently we're going to need every scrap of land that we have now that our population is spiraling and spiraling and spiraling. And please can I, oh my gosh, why is there no one to train as a cook yet? Oh dear. All right. And Megan Games is working on being trained as a hippie. We've got some baboos already born and growing up. Let's see. What could we really stock up on for winter? We're going to need the fancy people bread for sure. And I wonder how much wood do we have? I wonder if I should build another warehouse like out in these boondocks of the corners because that could be really useful. So we'll expand the pier so that we can experiment with that idea because the warehouse needs to be next to a dwelling. Speaking of which, there's only 1 pip free. Okay, 1 pip a new baby does not make. Oh yeah, and then we're building this seed collector right here because we need to take good care of our chimkins. And so to stay ahead of losing out on our seeds, let us come over here. Seed extractor. Right here. These will get 14 seeds, just these 2 alone, which is mind-bogglingly cool if you ask me. Meanwhile, our bourgeoisie are almost all just idle right now because they don't need to be doing anything. Do I have an artisan? Crowndivis. Oh man, Crowndivis. Okay, I need somebody to be building. Okay, we don't need water right now. There we go. Madeline, if you could build the theater, which absolutely totally is going to be a fun place to be right freaking next to this new smeltery. We should probably be smelting as well, Raya, so if you don't mind, That's gonna generate a bit of heat, and we're kind of needing it though. Oh my gosh, are we kind of needing it? Holy moly. Like we're not gonna be staying ahead on that either. Now I should probably go ahead and upgrade the other one, but I guess we'll have to wait. Onwards, piplings, onwards, honestly. So many of you have tasks here and tasks there, and I forgot we needed another bakery, and before you know it, we're in trouble. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think our bourgeoisie might be running out of food soon. Oh my gosh, never mind. Oh, thank goodness. I was able to make a little bit of a surplus. Oh, what's happening? Bunnies? You good? Whoa, $111. $111? A crime? Who was that? Who was that? I saw it was one of our watchers. What do you mean if they're unhappy? What do you mean unhappy? You mean like this? Like this? Wait, hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Who was that? Oh my gosh. You're about to get like a stern talking to. I am going to be flailing my little Kate around. I am going to be like, my jaw on the ground. Who did it? Who did it? Who's a criminal? All right, crime. Pips may commit crimes if they are unhappy. These events are all about the naughty side of the village, with everything from pickpocketing to prison breaks. Prison? Pickpocketing and prison. 111 wood? That was all of our wood. I don't know which one of our villagers that was. But let me make it very clear. That North Heart, you're going to become one of our chefs. Thank you. I mean, my jaw's on the ground. The next thing we're unlocking is birds or more buildings. Is this building a prison? Because what happens when the watchers are your thieves? The ones who are supposed to be watching out for us just stole from us. The silence is me contemplating life right now, trying to figure out what to do next. There's not enough wood for everything all of a sudden, including making wood makers to make more wood. I mean, dang. Okay. 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 Well then. I think that may indeed tell me what we're going to be working on somewhat like over here in preparation for having like, I mean, sorry Forest Temple, but you're about to get like a whole another altar, or excuse me, not an altar. You're about to have a section where we will be having to sacrifice a few trees because that was ridiculous. What? Okay. And we also need to get ahead on the seeds again. Thank you, Tessa Does Things, because our seed collectors are still being made. And we need stone, so our brick makers need to just like chill for a minute. There's our hippie! Making games, frolicking with the animals. Can you like make a crime fighting pig, please, Megan? Like, I don't know how to interpret what just happened without some help. And I just have to let our buyer cheese class like sit on their rumps because I don't have enough of the pieces that we need. Jaw on the ground. This is unfortunate. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad. We built a woodcutter hut. Oh yes, we were going to put one over here. What good timing with that. Holy moly. Oh, what's going on up here now? Are we getting in? Oh, we're happy. Oh, Foxfein and Matchew's like our very first villager. Sweet. 2 pips are happy for 5 days because they're having a good time. Like, obviously, maybe Machu really appreciates his thinking tree still has not been infringed upon this entire time. And boy, have I learned something about giving my thinkers some solitude, because otherwise it chews up the space in the middle of your village. Maybe this is because I didn't name the new babies, and so clearly it was unlucky. Ergo, I see an unknown event coming upon us. The vision is confusing, but there is hope. We can fight it. Okay, sickness, look at that. We've got 32 protection. I'm pretty content. Wait, how do we have 32? Whoa, Tara! Talk about knocking that like out of the ballpark. Oh my gosh. That's so cool. The dock is like really doing great. +5 for each dwelling like next to you. This thing's about to become another house as soon as we have our wood back. That really sets us far back, not having all of that wood, because like we're burning literally through it. So yeah, Tiff, it wasn't you who stole the wood. The paper makers might actually have a break and they can come pick flowers with me to get ready for like cataclysmic like altar worshipping. Wow, okay. All right, well, paper makers, I think now we need you guys to have a little bit of a break too, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to have enough wood to do anything, because we're gonna need to collect that for a little bit. So let's see. Then we'll have some of our other pips. Northheart is already training in the fine art of glop making. And then we have seed extractors being built over here, feathers being collected from the birds of the forest who are totally fine, utterly and totally fine. Do I have one of my farmers doing anything silly? Nope, everybody who is a farmer is like actively farming. I don't know if I need more farmers at the moment. And we already have our stonemasons stoning things. So let's see. We already have a lot of bricks. Wow, not having that wood just like is enough to just make us fall on our rump without that. I'm gonna put another woodcutter's hut like over here. Oh, I can put one up here too. I knew clearing that out would one day pay off somehow, even though clearing out a very limited resource like your woods is a little bit risky. Okay, who else is using it? More paper makers. All right, you two, if you don't mind taking a break for a minute, I gotta build that. Wow, okay, well, I mean, we'll get the fields going. We have at least that. And I guess actually we could potentially have some of the forest we needed trimmed back, maintained and taken care of. So I can't even use this woodworking spot, so might as well just, yes, I'm aware no workers available. But let me see. Okay, somebody just became available to go ahead and work on this. Hey, Lord Thunder. Oh, that's because Amy switched jobs with you. Oh, was that an update because that's beautiful, or has that always been there and I never noticed? I love that. All right, well, a lot of unexpected twists and turns this time, but that is what we're here for, is it not? And that is why I fear not the cataclysmic event that is about to come down upon our heads. We shall have the collectors of flowers, Galactic Woo, Cobalt Knights, Ziva. Okay, we're cool, Ziva. And Jean are going to be taking a break. We also have plenty of eggs, so hey, Asian Annie. Sweet, I've got a hemp field with your name on it. And let us see what cataclysm attempts to make itself known here. Pwah. Now I'm a little nervous. Literally all of our wood stolen. I'm gonna have to like build a jail maybe, because jailbreak kind of indicates that we're gonna have a jail. I don't know how I feel about that. Huh. All right. Okay, paper makers flooded. How perfect that we went ahead and literally just got out of there. Oh my gosh, that's so ironic. Just when we needed to take a break from making paper. Coastal flooding has occurred. Oh my gosh, new condition flooded. I remember my feet getting wet as I entered flooded buildings. I also remember seeing fish and sometimes a frog move around. I swear I saw a shark once. So fire and paper is what you can do to go ahead and like clean that up. That's so hilarious that we literally were just taking a break from the like paper crafting to get wood. It's almost like the person who stole all that wood sort of prepared us for this, but they still deserve like a tiny kick in the shins because that sucks. Here we go. An unknown event is coming. And I think that we're gonna be able to absolutely smash it out of the way. And also now we have the large kitchen researched. Do we have enough boyer cheese food at the moment? Do we have enough to let me finish up with like upgrading the kitchen? Is the next question. 5 days. Let's get this bakery built first. Because I think they oh dear. Well then, life's about to get a little bit interesting. We're out of chicken fruit, and I kind of need more chicken fruit. A lot more chicken fruit. Boy, we're going to have to ask some really interesting questions in just a minute here about where chicken fruit comes from, huh? Especially because we still need to gather plenty and plenty of feathers for the winter, especially now that we have almost 100 pips. Well, at least we're gonna get Just Sister working on becoming one of our stonemasons, collecting pretty stones that we can turn into useful things. I'm going to just casually do research with this this concept of potentially having some chicken fruit gathered in an even faster and more efficient way. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.